Marcus here from Kenwood, and we're talking about our brand new Exelon Motorsports Marine tower speakers and in-cabin speakers that we just produced. First of all, they come in two different sizes. We have 6.5 and 7.7. We have two colors available. We have black, we have white. When it comes to the waterproofing, they are IPX6 rated, so they're great for the outdoors. Not going to be a bother to have a little bit of UV sitting outside for a long time with exposure to the sun. Some special things about them: we offer RGB connection in all of these speakers. They can be networked together and run up to 12 pair of speakers off of one RGB controller. And with the tower speakers, they swivel. So they'll do a little swivel. There's an icon, a logo in the back that also is illuminated that you can rotate. Depending on how you mount the speakers, of course, you want the correct orientation of your logos. And these brackets, we have them fit anywhere from a 2.5 to a 3.5 size, 2.25 to 3.25 size round bar. And these here will fit from 1.5 to 2 inch with the adapters included in the kit. Everything uses Deutsch style connectors, so it's all waterproof. And of course, these are going to stand the test of time. And because they're an Exelon product, they're going to sound fantastic too. So one of my favorite new products we have is the next generation 10.1 receivers. This is the DMX 1058XR. This is our flagship receiver, the best sounding receiver Kenwood makes. What's unique about this, as a departure from last year, that receiver was a double-din chassis, so a little bit awkward to fit in some vehicles, but we made a change, and a big change at that. We've now shifted to a single-din chassis on this receiver that gives us a lot more versatility on mounting. But not only that, first of its kind for us is the ability to detach the screen. So this is actually a modular chassis receiver, so we can take this screen and custom mount it separate from the chassis, making it versatile for a lot of different applications, old or new. And then of course you can still standard install it with a double din or single din dash kit. It also features a new format for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We've actually extended the screen to allow us to add widgets that give us some controls over things like AM and FM. Very simply put, you used to be able to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto for mapping, and if you wanted to listen to AM and FM, you would have to alternate between screens. Now we incorporated them into one screen, making them real clean and easy to use. Same thing goes for SiriusXM. We added SiriusXM 360. It could also be accessed to the widget. So meaning that you could use your maps and control your AM, FM, and SiriusXM radio at the same time without having to switch back and forth. Another highlight of this particular receiver with the Exelon reference stuff, we actually introduced optical output for these receivers. It has a parametric EQ in it. This basically makes it an SQ user's dream receiver. Gonna give you that high-end optical output from our high-res format. We are compatible with LDAC wireless, so you could stream wireless through your optical output, through your DSP, and get the best sounding quality audio you can get. So this is our favorite launch, and personally is one of my favorite products to talk about. This is our new direct replacement category. This is basically a complete departure from what we all know and understand as car audio to be your single din and double din applications, okay? We changed the way the head unit's built. This is no longer a single din, double din format. This is actually a modular receiver that we use in partnership with iDataLink. They created a line of kits called Apex. And what we're able to do with the new style of receivers, the 10-inch and the 8-inch, is actually replace the radios in vehicles. But one key difference is we no longer use an aftermarket dash kit. We actually retain the stock OEM dash. So the key difference with direct replacement is that we no longer need to replace this entire dash panel to add in a single din or double din. It's a no compromise installation. In fact, in most vehicles, this is an 8-inch screen. You would actually have to convert it to a 7-inch screen, which is something customers didn't really like. They didn't like paying for an extra piece of plastic. So what we did is we teamed up with Maestro through the magic of the Maestro module and the fitment of the Apex kits with our new modular receiver chassis, 8-inch, or the floating style. We keep 100% of the original dash intact, and then the Maestro module actually programs these buttons to operate our radio and controls. So you get that factory fit and finish. You don't have to spend the money on the aftermarket panels. and then it fits like a stock radio and gives you all of the features that you may want from a Kenwood upgrade. So you're gonna get Apple CarPlay wireless, Android Auto wireless, the high-res streaming formats, HD displays, front rear cameras, left right cameras. You can really take a 10 or 15-year-old vehicle and convert it to the new 2025 standards. And the beautiful thing about it is we no longer need multiple different dash kits from various vehicles. So no longer do you need a kit for a Ford Mustang or a Ford F-150. The same kit fits both vehicles that have the 8-inch Ford My Touch, or like this display here, it's actually a floating screen in the 4.3-inch dash. So we remove the factory screen, retain the original dash, but float our new 10-inch screen over the top of that dash panel. So it's very versatile. It can actually be used in custom applications as well as what we have over here. We actually mounted the 8-inch screen flush in this dashboard, and it's the same exact screen that's in this GMC Canyon. This one uses the stock controls. This one's using custom controls through a DSP. So a very unique screen. It's really gonna change the way we use car audio moving forward, because frankly, cars don't fit single din and double din anymore. We have to change the format, and this is the future of car audio. So again, if you want to find out more, talk to the guys at Progressive Group, and they'll tell you more about direct replacement.